musical range. You can learn to be musical with those sounds all the way up and down. I'm not saying you can learn to control those sounds because it's not a controlled thing, but that's all part of your voice. And as you experiment with it and get to know it, you'll find that all that every resonant sound you can make in the chamber of your chest, mouth, and nasal cavity is fair game for musical exploration. Right? So those exercises are nice for getting that warmed up. So we're going to sing some thirds now. Get my session open here. And I'm going to put this on the loop, and we're going to go around it a couple times. And I'm going to put us in the key of B flat today, I think. And what we're going to do is let's go numbers, letters, solfege, okay? Should be this one right there. That looks right. Uh-huh. Thanks for being good sports about me making you guys make funny noises. I really can't, like going into like singing scales and stuff that's challenging ear training without warming up the voice a little bit. It's a good way to strain yourself, because you're asking your vocal folds to obey some complicated instructions, and it's just like you don't just go out and play ultimate frisbee without taking a little stretch first or cross country skiing or whatever is your jam. So, okay, let's see. You can see you'll be able to see the pitches going by a little bit on the bottom. I'm not sure if it'll scroll. I may have to scroll it manually. But we're going to be going one, as you can see over here. Oh, wait, that looks like 1, 2, though. Let's start playing the beginning of the region. And I got to tell Logic to share. That was 2 keys at once. All right, so here we go. Here's the key of B flat. We're going to go, let's go numbers first, okay? So we're going to sing 1, 3. And if it gets out of your range, if it gets too high, then try to drop the octave, right? Try to find it the next octave down. If it gets too low, try to bring it up. Ideally, you'll get to where you can sing the whole thing in one octave. 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 6, 7, 3, 1. Back down. 2, 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, 4. My bad. 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. Back around. Okay, here we go. Do, re. Let's go solfege now. So, fa, la, so, ti, la, do, mi, re, mi, la, so, la, fa, do, fa, re. This time letters. There we go. Flat, flat, F, flat, F, A, flat, D, B flat, flat, A, F, flat, F, E, flat, C, D, flat. Let's go numbers again. 3, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 7, 2, 3, 1, 7, 1, 6, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2. Everybody tracking with that okay?
What are the numbers? How do you know what number to say?
So we're just in the scale, right? First note of major scale. 1, 1. You skip the 2. 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 6, 1, 7, 2, 3, 1. Keeps you busy when you're shopping for groceries. People look at you funny, but it's good to maximize your time. Whatever John knows it's true.
That is good. That's good.
Make friends with other people who sing in Costco too.
Okay, so we're going to do the blues progression, and we're going to sing the notes. We're going to sing the numbers of the chords that we're going to play. Okay, we did it in F, so let's go back down to F again. And what we'll do is we're going to go 1, 3, 5, 7. Actually, maybe B flat's a better key. B flat. We go 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6. 1, 3, 5, 6. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3, 1. Did I lose it? Is that okay?
Yeah, wait. So what's in the ninth bar? Is it a 2 chord? We're doing 2 chord.
We're gonna go a 5 to a 4.
5, 4. Okay, like bar band blues. Right.
Yeah, we'll do the bar band version, and then let's do the jazz version. So we'll do it that way. We'll get used to hearing a 2, 5, 1 at the end there. Okay. Did that seem to work out okay for everybody? So when we just have one measure, we're just going to go 1, 3, 5, 7. And when we have 2 measures on a chord, we're going to go 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. Sort of get the boogie woogie kind of thing going there, right? So this is to help you remember your blues form and actually vocalize it. So let's try that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3, 1. How many got that? Put your thumb
Really?
up.
John, was that like a 1, 3, flat 6, 7? Or was
No, you're just doing 1, 3, 5.
Oh,
Go ahead, Nick.
6, 6, flat 7. The 6 is natural. It's not a flat 6, but the 7 is flat.
Yeah, this.
I say it's like 1, 3, flat 6. Okay.
No, 1, 3, 5, 6, flat 7. You know, Paul, we're just talking of the chord, not of the key. Does that make sense?
If you're in B flat, then you're going got it.
Got it?
Brain
Okay.
fart. Yeah.
It's okay. Let's try it again. This time, we're going to do a 2 chord and a 5 chord at the end. So we're going to do a C minor 7 to an F7. Just follow along, okay? And the sound at the end, here's your 1, 1, 3, 5, 7. Here's your 2, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 3, 1. You got it? Let's try it. 1, 2.
Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, so two chord in the 9th bar, or 2 chord like in the 12th bar?
In the 9th bar.
In the 9th bar. Okay, so instead of 5/4, we're going 2/5, like a jazz piece.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5. Again. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have gone to the 4 chord. The quick change. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3, 1. Okay, now on your instruments in the key of B flat, find those. So our 1 chord is B flat, our 4 chord is E flat, and our 5 chord is F. So see if you can arpeggiate those same changes that we just sang on your instrument. So the idea is to sing it first, play it second. Okay, you ready? Can you hear me okay? Yes? No? Okay, good. Okay, let's try it. Play it on your instrument. 1, 2, and sing. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3, 1. Okay, who thinks they can lead us in doing that? Who wants to be the boss? Paul, have you got it together so you can do that? Unmute.
I could give it a try.
Yeah, give it a go.
So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, play. You're muted.
Can you turn your guitar up louder?
I can do that, I think.
And then maybe lead us one more time, because the minute I started playing, I couldn't hear you.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, go ahead and play a little bit. Let's hear it.
Up more.
Yeah, hey, do you have turn off the original sound on your computer there? Have you got that flipped on there?
What it says in blue is turn off original sound. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what it should be. Okay.
Yeah, Is that getting any louder?
Your mic's nice and loud. Your guitar. Play your guitar again a little bit. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Okay, so you should do it again?
Yep, try it again.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, play.
Now, Paul, can you do it with the 2 and the 5 at the end? So our
I thought that's. I
Oh,
thought.
oh, you did. You did 2 and 5. See, you weren't that loud. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know how to make it louder.
Okay, let's try somebody else. Kieran, you want to try it?
Yeah, just to clarify, 9 through 12 is 2, 5, 1, 1.
Yeah, 2, 5, 1, 1.
Okay.
So Marty and Ellen, you guys okay with that? So we're going C minor 7 to F7 to B flat. Yes? Give me a thumbs up if that's okay. Ellen, you got it? Okay. All right, go ahead, Kieran.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I like the jazzy thing at the end. So you want to give us another little rhythm with that, like you're starting to mess with it? Give us a rhythm that we're going to play all the way through with that. Just like just a 1-bar thing, like something you can repeat on every chord change.
So something like. Along that line?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Now, should we add a 5 chord at the end? Instead of playing 2 1s at the end, go 1 for a measure and then add a 5 chord. Marty, you want to try it? You want to lead us? Not yet? Dawson, what do you think? Have you got it? Okay, why don't you lead us? And pick a rhythm like Kieran did to do a little variation.
Okay, so we're doing the 5 chord at the end?
Yeah, we'll do a 1 to a 5. So the last measure is a 5 chord.
Okay. The rhythm will be.
Go ahead and play a couple
and
bars.
3, 4.
Okay, good. All right, count us in.
Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go.
Good. Try it one more time. Now that everybody's got the hang of it, do it one more time. Monica, we're in the key of B flat. And we're just doing variations on arpeggiating the blues chords. We're in B flat, Monica, and we're doing arpeggiations of the B flat blues chords. Okay? Go ahead, Dawson. Count us in and do it again.
Okay. So 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, Go. You're muted still.
Very nice. Very nice. That's good. How's about this? Let's on that one you were just doing. I like that rhythm. But when we have the two measures of the chord, let's do. Let's say go. So go use the sixth in there, add the sixth in your lick, okay? So we're gonna go. That's so. You get the idea? Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Good. Monica, you got an idea for one on the B flat blues? A rhythm? Okay, you're still, I think, muted there. Yeah, you're still muted. Can't unmute yourself, huh? I tell you what, while you're working with that, Nick, you got one? Can you share one?
Sure, I can give something a shot.
Okay.
So we're gonna go like one and, but make sure it don't turn straight on you. Keep it swinging, you know. And then the second time. So if it's short, it's like right? And if it's long, it's right? One and I'll play it for you a couple times. Right? The simple 4-note one is like one downbeat, and then the rest syncopations, and the other one turns around and comes down on the 6. Good? Or is that too tricky? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. again.
All right, good, good, good. So it's always good to review that blues until you're blue in the face. That's how we got the blues in the first place. Had to play it so many times through. So why don't we jump to the pentatonic exercise number 4, which you should have. Let's run through that one. And then we're going to do a little melodic dictation on Summertime in the key of D minor. And have some fun with that for a minute. So find your pentatonic exercise number 4. And did you guys look at your emails as far as getting that schedule that I sent out? I emailed out to you. Did that come through?
Checking now.
So Marty says it did. Ellen says it did. Now if we get Nick, we'll have the triumvirate, the trifecta.
I got it.
Good. Okay, so did everybody find your exercise number 4, blues pentatonic pattern?
Yep.
Okay.
Almost. Oh, is that blues pentatonic exercise 4?
That's right.
All righty.
That's correct. Okay, you're all set. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're back to the top. Hey, you want to try it? Is that too fast? Is that a good? Who says it's too fast? Who says it's a good speed? Marty says it's too fast. Good speed. Who says good speed? Monica likes good speed. Okay. Ellen and Marty, is that too fast for you guys? Too fast. You want a little slower? Okay, we'll go a little slower. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're back to the original. Was that easier to play, Marty and Ellen? A little bit better? Okay. Now, let's try doing it where I just play chords and you guys play the melody. And let's do it in straight eighth notes this time rather than swinging it, right? So I'm going to go 1 and 2. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, a 1, 2. Here we go. So that was the top again. You want to do it one more time? 1, 2, a 1, 2. Here we go. Okay. So let's have a little discussion. Do you find these valuable exercises? Do you go home or you're at home? Do you practice these in between classes at all to try to build more skills in this area? Who says yes? Who says no? Who says maybe? Sometimes. Where would you use something like this? Unmute yourself if you want to talk. Caroline said.
Do you mean?
Go ahead, Dawson.
Do you mean the skills that we learn from this, or do you mean this exercise?
Yeah, you know, why should you practice this at all? Like, where might you run into this in a tune?
Well, I can see that just from this exercise that we're going between a C minor 7 and F7 chord. So it's a creative way of transitioning between the 2-5-1 pattern.
Right. So have you had any songs yet this semester where you've done that?
Yeah, I think so.
Like which song? Or songs?
I think it maybe Road Song.
Road Song would be one. Yep, that's one. Karen says it gives you ideas to solo over certain situations, in the case 2 and 5. Right, that's cool. Right, so it's building vocabulary, right? Have you worked any of these into your solos at all? Tried any of that for a little run? That might be something to think about, like when you approach any song like Road Song that has a 2-5 in it. See what you can do there. Good, all right. So let's go on to get your thinking caps out. We're going to do Summertime, and we're going to do a melodic dictation in the key of D minor. So here's your key of D minor. Who can tell me what kind of minor that is? Is this a natural minor, a melodic minor, or harmonic minor?
Say a harmonic.
Paul says harmonic. Who agrees with that? Okay, good, good. Marty and Ellen, you guys agree with that? You're okay with that? Ellen doesn't know. What's the difference between that one and this one? Do you hear a difference in the scale tones? Is this a minor or is this a mode?
I would say mode.
Okay, why do you say that? You're right.
Because it's not the melodic scale. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it.
That's a good guess. It's a mode. Which mode is it? Here, let's relate it to a major scale. So I'm starting on a D, right? Here's a D major scale. Now here's the scale I just played. What's the difference between those two scales? Unmute yourselves if you want so we can talk. So here's the first one. And here's the major scale.
Well,
You're essentially, sorry.
Go ahead, Marty.
well, the first one had the flat third, and it also had changed the trying to figure out what it was. What was the sixth? It seemed like something was augmented. There was not a flat seven in there. It was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, flat 3, 4. And then there was something going on with the 6, 7 that I couldn't quite.
Watch. So what's that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's the fifth. 6. Normal 6.
Kind of 6. Normal 6.
Normal 6. But now that it's a not sharp. It's a not sharp 7.
Right, so it's a flatted 7, right?
I guess
So it's got a flat 3 and a flat 7.
flat 3 and flat 7. Okay.
So what kind of mode has a flat 3 and a flat 7? Anybody?
Minor.
Dorian.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, minor does have a flat 3 and a flat 7, but minor, natural minor, Aeolian also has a flat 6. So if you got that 6 in there, it's what Kieran just said.
Here's the natural minor. Whereas I played. So which mode has a flat 3 and a flat 7? And Dawson said the Dorian mode, right? Open the Dorian mode. So flat 3, flat 7. Okay, and the first scale I played was the harmonic minor. What's the melodic minor? Check this out. So the melodic minor, how's that different than the major scale? I bet you Monica
It has a
knows.
flat 3.
Flat 3, yep. What else? And then so that's on the way up. It's like a major scale with a flat 3rd, right? And then on the way down, does the scale change on the way up and the way down? So on the way down, what kind of minor are we playing?
It's a natural minor.
The natural minor. So that's more in classical music. In jazz and blues, they just pretty much keep it the same. It's a major scale with a flat 3rd. Okay? So Summertime is going to be in harmonic minor, and let's play with that. So here's your one, okay, and this is your melody. Here's your melody. That's where it starts. And you can write this down or just figure it out as we go along. We got that? So one is here. So that's your starting note, which is a what? Do, mi, so, mi, do, me, so, me, do. That old solfege thing. Yeah?
So that's an
Do, me,
A.
so, me, do. So does it start on so? And in the key of D minor, what's 5?
A.
Hey, good. Okay, everybody got that much? Then okay, so back to the top. So we got summertime and the living is easy. What's that? What's that last note, Kieran?
A.
A.
Below.
Okay, so everybody got that much? Then we go to here. So it starts on the same note as the first one. And then everybody got that? Who's actually writing it down? I can see Marty and I can see Ellen's writing it down and Monica's writing it down. Paul, you writing it down? He is.
I'm writing the notes down. I don't have the rhythm very well.
2, 3. Okay, so here's the rhythm. I'll give you a count. So the time is 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1. So just that much again. So we got a little rhythmic dictation going on here at the same time. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 1. Okay, so let's go from the top again. 1, 2, 3. How are we doing on that? You getting the idea? Okay, again from the top, and I'll continue on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, do you need the second half again? Or are you getting the hang of it? When you get to the point where you've got it all written out, put it up on your stand and play it. Let's hear you play it. This has got, when you hit the 4 chord, it's got that iconic walk down. So let me know when you all have the melody, or if you need me to repeat anything. Nick, you look like Paganini. It's that European look with that beard.
It's called the I'm not sure if the barber got his shot yet look.
The Barber of Seville.
It's that I'm still rocking that feral 2020 look, you know.
Does anybody need any more help on the melody on this one?
What was that second half part again?
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. So Dawson, when you're saying second part, are you saying this part? So here's your own bass. And what's this? Da da dee dum dee.
Are we playing the flat seven there?
On the low note? Find the first note. Find the first note. Sing it da 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 da.
Da.
Okay, now the second note. Da da. Sing the da.
Da. A.
So you got da dee da dee. Da dee da 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 da. Got it? For 1, 2, and 3, and there you go. And then
Okay. So you start at D fifth.
That's extra hip if you land on the 2 like that. Extra hip.
da 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 da. Always make sure you can sing it first, Dawson, or anybody else is doing this. You always got to sing it because your singing is your spell check. If you just start batting around on your instrument, you'll just play all sorts of stuff that doesn't make any sense. Dee da 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 da.
Okay. The
Have you
one-
got it? Let's hear it.
The whole thing?
No, just that last little part from here.
Oh.
It's dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay. So anybody want to play their version of the melody? Marty says yes. She's taking contestant number 1.
All
Don't worry
right,
about
I'm
it.
getting it over with. Okay, here we go.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, who wants to be next? Karen, your turn. Let's hear what you got. This is a good way Nick and I can get some feedback on what you guys are getting together here. It's good it's good to not get it all right at the first because then we can help you out.
I don't have the transition to the second part, but I'll
Play
do
what you
my-
got so far.
Yeah, after that it gets kind of incomprehensible.
And then Kieran, watch. Dee da da da, dee da da da. Da da. Go up a half step. Then it repeats the beginning again. it starts down at a low A. Da dee da da dee da. Okay, good. That's a good one. Monica, you want to play yours? Can we hear you play yours? Do you have a microphone or anything, or something glitching because you're? Oh no, you're on. You should be unmuted.
Yeah, should work.
I still don't hear anything though. There you go. I can hear you now. Yay! All right. How's about Ellen? You got it, Ellen? Where you can play it a little bit? We can't hear you as far as that goes, Ellen. I know your thing's on. Can you put your mic close to you or something? I still can't hear you. Can you turn your mic up? This high tech stuff. What the hell? Tell you what. While you're messing with that, Paul, can you play it? See what you got.
I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Is that loud enough?
Yeah, I can hear you. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Not bad. So again, always sing the melody as your spell check. Okay, now that you have those melodies written down, let's do a harmonic dictation. So in the first measure, we have this chord. So is that so the root is here. We're in the key of D minor. So is that a major or minor chord, first of all? Dawson says minor. Karen says minor. Monica agrees. Okay? So that's a D minor 7, right? Da da. Da da. What kind of chord is that one? Listen to these notes. Is that a major chord? Is it a minor chord? Or is it a diminished chord? Is that Dawson? Is that I don't know? Monica's said it was diminished.
I was trying to say it's diminished, yeah.
Okay, diminished? Anybody else think it's diminished? Monica thinks it's diminished. That's what a diminished chord sounds like. But then, what kind of seventh do we have? Is it a totally diminished chord? Or is it a minor 7 flat 5? Who says it's a minor 7 flat 5? Monica? Yep, these guys. Okay, so that's an E minor 7 flat 5. And then the next chord is this. So we went from the E. What chord is that? Which number chord is that? Between 1 and 7. Monica says 5. She gets the big prize. 5 tacos to Monica's house. Did you get your kitchen squared away? Did you get it fixed? Well, I'm curious to find out what was the matter. Was your piping messed up or something? Okay, so we start out with a 1 chord, and then we have a 2 to a 5, right? Then we go back to where we started. So we go back to the 1. So we go. So there's your 1 chord, and here's your 2. Here's your 5 chord. So we got. So the 2 chord is 2 beats, and the 5 chord is 2 beats, and then the 1 chord is 4 beats. Then, according to this chart, we go to that. So is that a major chord or a minor chord? We start there and then we go here. Dawson says major. So that would be a D7 chord. Then we go. So what number, is that a major chord or a minor chord? Who says minor? Okay. So, and what number chord is it? It's a minor what chord? Which number? Is it a minor 1? Oh, Dodson says 4. Okay. So it's a minor 4 chord. Then watch what happens here. So this is a G minor chord for 2 beats. Then a G minor with a major 7 for 2 beats. Then a G minor 7 for 2 beats. And then you really, on the 4th chord, you go to an E minor 7 flat 5 again. So you got a G minor major 7, G minor 7 to E minor 7 flat 5. Then what's this one? Which number chord is that one? Dawson says 5. Monica, do you agree with that? 5 chord? Then what do we do here? So this is a 5, 7. Then we go. So what did I just do there? Did I go up or down? So we start on the 5. Monica says up. So that's a B flat 7 chord. Then we go back down to the A. And we walk back up. So we're back on the 1 chord again. Then 2 half diminished, 5 chord, 1 chord. Now here's a tricky one. So what did I just do there? What kind of progression was that? Anybody say that again, Dawson?
I thought it was a 2-5-1.
Of what key? Or of what was the final chord?
Is it the 1 D?
Nope. The D is here. What's the relative major of D minor?
G? Sorry, F.
F. Play an F chord. So this is a 2-5 of F, which would be a 2-5 of 3. if you were thinking of it in theoretical terms. So if you got 2 of F, that's a minor chord. What's 2 in the key of F? G, right? G minor. And then 5 in the key of F is? Which chord? Give me a name for the chord. C. C chord, okay? And then we got a 1. There we go. So what's that? We just hit an F chord, now we're going to here. Is that a major chord or a minor chord? Does it sound major or does it sound minor? Minor. So we go. So that's a what? D minor? And then the old version of this goes to G minor and then to A. So 4 to 5 to 1. 1. And then the last chord is what? What's the very last chord of the tune? Monica says 1. Here's 1. So we got, and then, and so that's the ending chord, right? Then we go back to get us back to the top. We have to put a 5 chord in. So that's an A7 chord with a flat 13 or a sharp 5, whichever you want to call it. So, shall we all play it now that we know it? Or at least we're sort of getting used to it? Who's played Summertime before? I'm sure Monica and Paul have played it. Okay, Ellen's played it. Do you usually play it in A minor, Ellen? Just depends. Say yes, no. Okay, A minor. Okay, so let's play through it. Get your axe out and let's have some fun with it. Okay. Hi, Carolyn. I see you got your thing there. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Now I'll just play the chords and you guys play the melody, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Mama's weeping, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings I'm gonna rise up early and they tag. Okay. So go ahead and unmute yourself. So for how many, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll go 10 down being the easiest and 1 being really hard. Who thought it was 10? It's just a real easy thing to do. Who thought it was a 9? 8? 7? 6? 5? 4? 3? 2? 1. Okay. So I mean, it's good to like figure out simple songs like this to learn the melody, the relationship of the intervals and the chords. Okay, I think we better get to playing some tunes here, Nick. I mean, we just were.
I mean, I think that counted.
It did. You guys find that helpful? Also, next week we're going to start playing some new tunes, right? So most of them in your book, I have to make a copy of the Billy's Bounce Out of the Parker Omni book. You have it in your Approaching the Standards, but I wanted to compare for the advanced folks the 2 different solos that they've got there, Charlie Parker solo and then the one they have written in the Approaching the Standards book. We're just trying to play as many solos as we can to sort of get an idea of how to do this thing. It's like fixing a car. You have to change a lot of tires to get the hang of it. Okay, so I'm going to keep today, I'm keeping the beginners and the intermediates here. And then, Nick, you're jumping over to the advanced thing? With your folks there. So I'll open up the breakout rooms. Anybody got any questions so far? Okay. Okay, go join. Okay, so do you guys have any questions on anything we've been doing so far? Anything you want more knowledge of? Are you totally confused and dumbfounded?
I was a little confused on what chords were going to what measures. I don't think I've written it down entirely correctly, which might not help.
In summertime?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first measure is D minor.
Is it? Okay.
So the first measure is D minor 7.
And does it go to E minor 7 flat 5?
The second measure for 2 beats is E minor 7 flat 5. And then on beat 3 and 4 is the A7.
Okay.
And then the third measure, the third measure is just D minor. And then the fourth measure is D dominant 7, just D7. The fifth measure, these are in two beat chords. So it's G minor. Okay. And then G minor major 7.
G minor. Oh, okay.
G minor
so
major 7. So it's a G minor triad with an F sharp, the major 7 on top.
Okay.
Which is the one chord in harmonic minor, a minor major 7. It's got that mysterious kind of sound.
how do you denote that? Like, do you write a natural next to the 7 after the G minor? Or?
You go G minus and then a triangle 7. Or you could go G
Oh,
minus
okay.
and underneath put MAJ7. G minus
Okay.
would say it's a minus triad, a minor triad. Then MAJ7, right? That's one way to
Mm-hmm.
do it. In the old days, they used to
And
go
then,
G minus and then they would put a triangle for the major 7. Triangle 7.
okay.
Two different ways to
So,
write.
but if I saw G triangle, would I assume that's G dominant 7 or G7?
See a G triangle, that means G major. And if you see a G triangle 7, that means G major 7 instead of G
Okay.
M J 7. It's the same thing, just an older terminology. So if you're like reading an old fake book or something like that and you see a G minus, that's a G minor. Or a G min or a G small m. But the common ones are G minus and G min. That way there's no confusion between a major M and a little minor M.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got 2 beats of G minor, then G minor major 7. Then just on the next downbeat is G minor 7.
Okay,
And
so
then
that's the part you're talking.
in the notation, a lot of times they'll say G minor 6th. But that's the same as E minor 7 flat 5. So which sounds better, this or this?
It kind of sounds the same to me. Not really sure. Yeah, I guess that one does sound better.
So G minor 6 is just an inversion of E minor 7 flat 5. So it just depends on whether you want this kind of bass. Here's the bass progression. Or do you want this?
Yeah.
And then the next chord goes to this. So which lead was better voice leading? This? I like the E minor 7 flat 5 myself because it goes E, A, D. Then it gives you that 2-5-1 relationship. So those are each 2 beats long. Then you got your A7 for 2 beats, and then the B flat 7 for 2 beats, and then A7 for 2 beats, right?
Okay.
Then you're back to where you started.
Okay.
I'll measure that. Then the next measure is 2 beats of E minor 7 flat 5, and then 2 beats of A7. Then a whole measure of D minor.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes 2 beats of G minor 7, and 2
Okay.
beats of C7. Then F major 7. That for whole measure. Actually, no, 2 beats. D minor 7 for 2 beats.
Oh, I like that.
Then a G for 2 beats, and then A7 with a sharp 5. Then a D minor 7 for a whole measure. And then the A7 is the very last measure.
Okay. Does the end part ever go to an E? Like not a chord, just the E part there? That's what I wrote in.
Like on what part of the melody? So you got here.
I guess. I went.
Okay. So here you've got 2 choices. Where I went to the G minor 7, you could also go to the E half diminished 7 instead of G.
Okay.
It's the same. It's basically the same thing. Then go to the A. Okay, so the next question is, if you're going to improvise on this, what scale would you use? What's some possibilities? There's more than one. What would you think? We're in the key of D minor. What could you use? Karen, why don't you start us out? What would you use?
D Dorian, maybe?
Okay, D Dorian, that could be a possibility. Sure, sure. Is there any other ones? What's a subset of D Dorian? A 5-note scale.
A pentatonic scale.
Which? D minor or D major?
You could. There's a.
Remember, the major pentatonic's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and the minor pentatonic is 1, 3, 4, 5, flat 7. So would the minor pentatonic work over that D minor 7 chord?
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. Could you also use the blues? I mean, this is a blues, right?
Well, the minor blues, I don't know.
Yeah, the D blues would work, which would be your minor blues.
What about the G sharp / A flat part there?
Yeah, so this is basically a D blues. Because you start out on the 1 chord and you do a 2, 5 back to the 1 again. Then you go up to the 4, which is like a minor blues. And that the chromatic thing, that walk down where we've got just the 4 chord, giving it more color. And then we have a 5 chord to a 6 chord to a 5. Now we're back to our 1. So then you really got that blues thing happening. I tell you what I'll do is I'll play a couple of choruses for you chord wise, and you guys practice improvising on and pick whichever one of those scales you want to use, the blues or the pentatonic, and just experiment. Okay, y'all ready? Let's do 2 choruses through. 2 choruses through. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Second time around. One more time. Good, good. So, Kieran, do you want to, because you're a chordal player, on this tune, do you want to try to do a walk-in bass and play the chords for us? and then we can solo off the top of you. You can be our rhythm meister.
I don't have very much written down, so can I get the progression again? I know
Sure.
the first.
Marty, did you get all the chords? Okay, so the first measure is D minor 7. Then the second measure has got 2 beats of E minor 7 flat 5 and 2 beats of A7. The third measure is back to D minor 7 again. And the fourth measure is D dominant 7. Okay? Then the fifth measure, we've got 2 beat chord changes, G minor, then G minor with a major 7, G minus major 7. The next bar, G minor 7, and then E half diminished 7, E minor 7 flat 5 for 2 beats. And then in the next bar, we have an A7 for 2 beats, and then a B flat 7 for 2 beats, and then back to the A7 for 4 beats. Then we're back to where we started, the D minor 7 for a measure, and then E minor 7 flat 5 to A7 for 1 measure, then D minor for a whole bar, and then this is where it changes. Then we go G minor 7 for 2 beats, C7 for 2 beats, and now we're on F major 7 for 2 beats. Then we go down to D minor 7 for 2 beats. And then you have a choice here of either playing an E minor 7 flat 5 for 2 beats or a G minor 7 for 2 beats. And then an A7 sharp 5 for 2 beats. And then you end on a D minor 7. And then the very last measure of the piece should be an A7 with a sharp 5. Or just an A7. If you put the sharp 5 in, it sounds fancy. But you can just play an A7, you go. Or you can play this. So let's all play through the chords, okay? I'll play the melody, you guys play the chords, okay? And just chime along with me, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. D7. A, B flat, A. G minor 7, C7. Let's do it again. Top again. D, E, A. Back to the D. G minor, G, C, F, and D, E. Okay, good. Now, do you feel comfortable enough where we can go around the room and, like Marty, you can just chomp chords and we can follow you and we can play along, play the melody along with you, just going chang, 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 chang.
No, actually, I can't do that, John. I don't know all those chords.
Okay, and any of the fancy ones like the E minor 7 flat 5, if you just know an E diminished chord, you could just play an E diminished chord.
If I knew the E diminished chord,
So,
I would
but
know
I
the
mean,
E
but
minor
I mean,
7.
but I mean, if they start throwing fancy stuff at you, break it down to just the basic 1, 3, 5, 7. Like if I said C7 with a flat 9, if you didn't know what the heck the flat 9 was or your voicing on your instrument, just play a C7. And if you can't play a C7, just play a C triad. Right?
Yeah.
It won't have as fancy a sound, but it'll still work. It still functions correctly. Because they all
Yeah,
grow out of the same chord family.
Right, I understand it. These are complicated chords, and I can't play these.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe Kieran, can you play the melody?
Yeah, I can play the melody.
Okay, maybe Kieran can play the chords and we'll play the melody along with him playing the chords.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. All right, so I'll mute myself. Marty, mute yourself. And
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Dawson, you want to go for it?
Okay. Can I play the walking bass for this one?
Yeah, sure. We'll follow that and we can add the chords and add the melody on top.
Okay. Or do you want me just to play the chords then? Sorry?
Play the walking bass.
Okay. So 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go.
Hey, Dawson,
Yeah?
can we check the last 4 bars from the end? From here, you go on your melody should be F major 7,
Mm-hmm.
then E minor 7 on beat 3,
Okay.
and then the next bar is You got a choice between that E minor 7 flat 5 or G minor 7
6. Oh, okay.
for 2 beats, and then the A7. I'd do
Sure.
an A7 with a sharp 5, which is the F.
Mm-hmm.
And then da 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 da, and the D goes for a whole measure, and it's D minor, and then
Oh, that's D.
D7. It sounded like your
Okay.
last couple chords weren't quite right there. So
No, I
can
was
you
playing a
play?
D7.
Can you play from that F7 or the F major 7?
Okay. So starting at F major, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Now you got it. Now you got it. You're good.
Okay.
Okay, good. Let's go on to Road Song. Let's play Road Song. Did you guys listen to Wes Montgomery's solo or any of the solos on the album and try to figure out any of the licks on there? Yeah? Alrighty. So, who wants to lead this one out? Kieran, do we want to follow you or do you guys want to follow me?
Or just like playing the chords.
Let's
Comping.
play the melody and the chords, okay? I'll play chords and bass line, and why don't you play the melody? Marty, can you play the melody on this one? And so I'll play the bass line and chords. You play chords and the melody. Dawson, why don't you focus on playing the melody, and if you can get some chord tones in there in your left hand, that'd be great too. Okay. Okay. So we got 4 bars of G up front. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Okay, good. Did you do okay? Marty, did you get through it all right? I think we lost Kieran. What happened to him? He snuck out on us. Must be past his bedtime. Okay, so have you tried soloing on this one, you guys? All right, G blues, right? And then on the bridge, 2-5-1 and B flat, and then 2-5-1 and A flat. Back to G blues. So I'll play the chords for you, and you guys solo. And we'll do 2 times through the form. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bridge. Second time. Bridge. Play the melody. Good. How'd we do on that one? You getting the hang of that? All right, let's jump.
I have
Yeah.
a question for you, John. So when we're doing the solo and we're doing it on the G blues is some of our guide. Is that just, I don't know, not all the chords have all those notes in them.
Keep going.
And E flat. E flat major 7 doesn't. I guess my question is when we get kind of play it with the G minor blues scale, we're free to just go wherever we want with the G minor blues scale.
Well, here's the deal. The way I look at this is what I'm trying to do, and I think what all good teachers are trying to do with their students is to get them started, get them launched, okay, into the tune. So you start at the tip of the iceberg, and you say, well, here's one scale that sort of fits the whole tune. And then what'll happen is the student plays through. They'll go, oh, well, that tune those melody notes sound great over this chord, but they don't really resonate with me over that chord. So then you start messing around and you start dialing in that next chord, right? And then you look for commonalities between the chord tones. I always default to the chord tones. Those always work. And then how, say like in that second line when you have the G minor to the F minor to the E flat, how does that relate to what? So if we think of the G minor as the 3 chord in the key of E flat major, and the F is 2 in E flat major, and E flat major is 1. Always look for in a tune, whether it's in major or minor, look for the major 7s. Those are your resting points. So in this song, our first major 7 is the E flat major 7. And then we see again on the bridge, we have in the 3rd bar a B flat major 7. And in the 6th bar, the 7th bar, we have an A flat major 7, right? So those are resting points. And if you go backwards, all those chords, a couple beats and a couple bars before, are all in that same key. So if you're looking for key centers to play in, work backwards. Find the major 7 and work backwards and see how many of those previous chords you can slot into that key. Does that make sense? So the way I look at G blues, listen to this. So it works over the first chord. The second chord, you like the way that sounds? It sounds okay there, right? Because that's the 5 chord in G, right? Now it could work on this G. Okay, those are all G blues. That's all G blues. Did it sound okay? What do you think? You other guys sound okay? Wasn't too bad? Right? So if you only had to work with one scale, the scale still works to that point. Right? And then when you get to here, what do you think? Does it sound okay on those 2 chords?
Yeah.
So it works okay, yeah. And then on your D, G, that's the 5, 1, and G again. Right, so that'd be one way. Just, blanket say it's going to be in G blues, right? Now, I don't think that works so well on the bridge, because actually, you could probably get away with it a little bit, because B flat in G is the 3 chord. Everything's related by thirds. You notice that we start on G minor, right? Then we resolve down to E flat major, which is a third below E, below G. So as I told you, G is the 3 chord in the key of E flat. So E flat, F, or G, F, E flat, that's 3, 2, 1 in the key of E flat. Does that make sense? All right, so the G blues works. Now, if you wanted to think of this as, what about thinking of this as in G minor? Natural minor, because the key signature says B flat, right? Would that work? Did that work? G minor? What'd you think? Was that okay?
It was a little more like
I liked it.
You like that better? So it doesn't sound as bluesy, but it still works, right? So that's another color to paint on your paintbrush, your musical paintbrush, to choose. The other thing, again, if you really want to hear the song go by, I like the idea of playing arpeggios and then at least pointing out the thirds or the sevenths of the chord that you're currently on. So, like in the first G, the most important note in that's B flat. And then when you get to the D7 with the A, I hear the 5th or the 3rd. That doesn't sound so good. See, he uses the sharp 9, the D natural, and the F, because he wants to maintain that bluesy feel, as opposed to that has less tension. Now on the G to the F to the E flat, I go B flat, A flat, G. So I might start a run like on using the 3rd or the 7th of each one of those chords and just playing arpeggios like that's just a G arpeggio. And then I like to put an A minor 7 in the first bar here, then go to the D in the second bar. So in the top line where you have that D7 sharp 9 with the A in the bass, just make that an A minor 7. And then go to the D7 in the second bar. Does that make sense? Karen, you got any questions? Nick, oh, I got the mystery. Did you send everybody home? We closed.
Yeah, I told them they didn't need to come back and say goodbye or anything. I just told them to peace out. But they came back anyway. Oh, yeah.
I'm closing all the rooms. That's it. You guys have misbehaved.
No breakout rooms without chaperones. That's that's the Anchorage School District rule now. Apparently, I wonder what possibly could have gone wrong.
Well, what did you guys get done? We were just working on road song, and then we're still working on summertime, soloing on summertime and chords and stuff.
We discussed, did a little bit of analysis and discussion of a couple of the notier licks in the Freddie solo, and talked about approach patterns and how we're going to be checking out that way of approaching chord changes when we look at 4. So I was kind of pre-gaming that exercise we talked about on 4. That's going to go multiple weeks. We played, we slowed down that really hairy triplet lick in the second section of Up Jump Spring. Played that over again a few times. And at the end, we just soloed over Nearness of You, everybody in their own bubble, but soloing with direction towards the melody is sort of the guidance. That's what we did.
Cool. Well, just sort of a heads up for everybody. We've got a bunch of new songs next week for both classes. So look on your schedules there, and I put which book they're in. RB means Real Book 6th edition. Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. All you guys have the Easy Real Book. Marty, do you have the Easy Real Book? Yeah, so that's in there. Blues, that's in the Real Book 6th edition. Preachers in Approaching the Standards. In a Sentimental Moods, Real Book 6th edition. And did you go over all the other stuff for the songs for the advanced players, Nick?
No, we didn't talk through what the rep was. I told Ellen that we talked through some of it because I told Ellen that her requests for 4 and Blue Bossa were granted. And Ryan, right, is the...
Yeah, he's not here tonight because he had sports.
Yeah, but so he asked for Jordu, so that's on the list, right? And what else did we put? I know I have it in your email. I'm trying to remember what else we put.
Well, the only other one they wanted to see was Lullaby of Birdland, but I think we got enough there. I mean, I know Monica.
We got Billy's Bounce, right? We put Billy's Bounce on the list, and we put Nika's Dream. That's the other one.
Yeah, Nika's Dream. You guys look at that and listen to Horace Silver's version of Nika's Dream.
Nika, that's a really interesting song with really interesting harmony. So, how we were just talking about the different kinds of minor scales. In a sense, when you got major and the modes of major, that's kind of like your primary colors, That's like your basic Crayola box, But when you go to Nika's Dream, we start getting some of these more outlandish kind of chords. Now you need your full 32 crayons, You need that fuchsia and chartreuse and stuff, You're getting into some other tones, right? We're not totally in Kansas anymore. So that'll be a fun one to check out. We'll have an opportunity to discuss in a little bit greater depth some different kinds of scales, different kinds of chord sounds, Minor, major, sevens.
If you guys are interested, I know some of you already have this book, the Jazz Language book, but it has all the modes of the major key, and then it also has all the modes of the harmonic minor key in here, and it talks about them. And it's got also symmetrically altered scales, tritone substitutions, and all that other heavy stuff, pentatonic scales. You can either go grab this book. It's by Dan Hurley, Haerle. He is one of the teachers at North Texas State, the jazz language. This is sort of like the Cliff Notes of theory. Short and sweet. Just lays it out pretty sweet there. And he talks about all the modes of the ascending and descending harmonic minor here. And there's some pretty cool modes. I mean, I could also make you a copy of this if you just wanted these couple pages to look at. Would you want me to do that? You want me to make you a copy of that so you can send them to you? Okay, I'll run that off right now. Especially for those advanced types, but even for the intermediate beginning thing, you know, it's funny. I don't think learning music or any other art form has to be linear. It's sort of based on whatever song you're playing. Like Nika's Dream. If you need to know a scale, right, Nick, for a song, learn it. And then you have a song, then you got a useful skill tool to wind your way through that song.
I personally found in my music learning process that learning these more outlandish scales really galvanized my understanding of my basic scales in a really nice way. You know, because basically what a scale is a group of notes, right? And when you're sort of ear training, like, well, what's the difference between the scale I play on a major 7 and the scale I play on a minor 7? And there's a couple of different notes. When you start looking at some of these outlandish scales, you start to see the other combinations of possibilities. Like, for example, melodic minor, you've got a flat third, but you've got a major 6 and a major 7. And you might not be so used to hearing those together, but when you hear them together in the context of that scale, in a lot of ways, it really kind of galvanizes your ear for both, you know, both of the more common sounds that sort of combines, you know. So I found for me when I started learning the modes of harmonic and melodic minor that it really locked my ears in for major and the more garden variety things too, you know, and the different symmetrical scales. It's all they all sort of complement, you know. So it is useful stuff. But I agree with John that that the best time to learn it is when you're working on a song that employs it, right? You're working on a song that gives it context. So it's not like, okay, I'm learning this weird scale sort of just for the sake of esoteric knowledge, but like, oh, what sound? Okay, that's a funny chord, funny sounding chord, maybe different chord sound. Minor, major 7, I always think of it like crime drama, you know, like the lights come up over Gotham City, you know, Batman's like seeing his like smoke signal up in the sky. He's like, you know, but what do you solo over that with, right? When you learn a new scale in the context of, okay, I'm going to use it in this, you know, in this piece, it tends to stick a lot better.
Yeah, and then you sort of understand why the particular piece makes me feel a certain way. Like when I first heard that tune, the Horace Silver thing, Nika's Dream, and you hear the background part, and you go, "Whoa, that's like a really hip harmony kind of thing. What is that?" Sort of exotic. And so when you step outside of the major scale and the traditional minor scale, natural minor, and then the modes, you really start hearing some music of other cultures. And it's like, whoa, that's really neat. You know, even like the movie Aladdin, Walt Disney's Aladdin version, and you hear the snake charmer, you know, using the Egyptian scale. That's a hip scale. I mean, you got... That's pretty neat, you know. That's pretty hip. I mean, in the Middle East, that they use that scale all the time for you know, in Iran and Iraq and, you know, around the Mediterranean. That's like their major scale over there, and they just get used to that sound quality. So we're so used to do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, right? And I mean, that's that Northern European influence. And then, of course, the blues scales. I mean, those come from what? Those come from somewhat the Northern European influence, but a lot of the African influence too, and Asian, because the Asians, you know, Koreans and Japanese use the pentatonic scales a lot in their music. So you're getting into more world scales when you get into those other, the pentatonics and things like that, and they add some nice colors. So anyways, I'll make you a copy of this harmonic minor, the modes of the harmonic minor, and send it on your way in an email. I'll just put it in one document.
Hey John, put me on that too. I'm curious to see how they present it. I have a little thing I typed up too for my students in the college, and I can zap that out as well. There's not a lot of text with it. It's something I usually talk through like on a lecture.
Sure.
But I'm curious. I'm curious to see how they have that laid. How that they present that. So
Yeah, if you're interested in a book, Nick, I got an extra one.
I may actually. I've seen that cover, and there's a chance that that's over here on my shelf.
I've been recommending this ever since you were in the jazz class, so you may have it, but just never
I
looked
may
at it.
have it from way back then. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll do that. So you guys understand what's going on. So we're going to have guest artists on the 7th and the 24th, and probably one more after that for a Mando player. Right? Caroline, where are you guys going to? Where are you traveling to?
We're just going to Oregon.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Eugene.
Have fun.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Nice wee road trip.
Yeah, that will be. Did you get a chance to play it all tonight, or are you just packing?
No, I played a tiny bit, but it was really enjoyable just to listen to the class, and I actually really enjoy listening to your playing and sort of honing in on the bass, the left hand.
Oh,
'Cause
good.
usually I'm playing with you, and so this was good.
Nice, nice. Okay, well, anybody else got any questions? I think we'll call it a night there. It's getting to be pumpkin time. We all turn into pumpkins.
Good night.
Okay, so I'll call it quits.
All right, good night.
Okay, bye bye. Hey,
Bye.
Nick, you can hang for a minute if you want.